You're watching iRacing on the Ghostfire Media Network.
Well, good evening and welcome back to another night of IVRL Buttkicker Series Racing. It's Randy Pepper alongside my good friend Nick Adams. How's it going, Nick?
Randy, I am so pumped up. I'm excited. I've been waiting for this. It's been 2 whole weeks since we've been able to do this. We're at a beautiful racetrack in Watkins Glen, New York, right on 2790 County Route 16 in Watkins Glen, New York, to be exact. We're going to have some bumping, some banging, some tight racing. It's a beautiful road course. You know, it's in New York's wine country. How can you not be more excited than that?
Absolutely. This is one of these tracks, you know, I hate to bring up the name thing, but, you know, Pat Patterson, my buddy, he's promised me many times he's going to have me come up here to this track because he loves this track. He loves the area. He says it's a very beautiful town, and one day I hope to be able to go up there and join him.
I'm going to go with whatever you just said because my microphone, I had to unplug it. Whatever Randy Pepper just said, I agree with.
You probably didn't want to hear what I said anyways.
There you go. But no, we're excited tonight. It's going to be a blast. Watkins Glen is like... It's one of those road courses that just takes everything and it equalizes it. It's the road course that's... God, it's so historic. I mean, there have been so many Oh, hold on. Wait 1 second, folks.
I was actually going to be finishing.
Let me,
That's probably me, man.
It's me. It's been a long time since I broadcasted. It's been 2 whole weeks, so I didn't disable voice chat. There we go. We're back. There's so many historic moments at Watkins Glen with the NASCAR Cup Series. One that jumps to mind immediately when I think of Watkins Glen, I think Randy Pepper is going to know exactly where I'm going when I say this, is like 2006, I think it was, 2005. Jeff Gordon leading Tony Stewart. 5 laps to go. He dives it off into turn 1, gets a little bit of wheel hop, spins it out, hands the win to Tony Stewart. Mm-hmm. Then there was another one that. Out of the final corner. Him and I believe it was Kevin Harvick got together, or it might have been Tony Stewart again. They have a huge rivalry at road courses for like 10 years. And Gordon was running out of fuel coming to the checkered flag, and instead of going around him, they just ran right through him and turned him around.
Yeah, that one, I remember that one. I hated. That was not cool at all. I remember screaming at the TV going, what the heck? You know,
and there are countless other memories here. 2009? David Rudiman gets turned in turn 3 up going through the S's, pounds the left side retaining wall, which is just metal, by the way, head on, sideways, flips the car on its side. He does a couple barrel rolls. He hops out of the car, and he's David Rudiman. He doesn't get hurt. He's unbelievably made of like steel or something.
Yes. Here you go. Here's some good trivia. We love messing with Nick on trivia stuff. And if you don't watch the Ghostfire Media podcast on Friday nights, we've started this thing now. It's Stump Nick, and you can send your questions to the Ghost Fire Media crew, and we'll enter them into the drawing. But here's one for you. What was David Ruderman's nickname?
I actually don't know Root's nickname. I know him by Root, but I don't know his nickname.
No. Okay, we'll let you think about it for a little bit. You can look it up.
I'm not going to look it up. I do not remember it. What is it?
It was. Now it went right out of my head. Damn it. Crap. Now you asked me and I forgot it.
Jesus.
I'll remember the whole. It'll come back to me. I had it in my head, and then we started talking about something. I forgot it. It'll come back to me. It was actually the franchise.
That's like the farthest thing from the truth.
I know, but that's what they called him in the franchise.
They would have been better off calling him. Never mind. I'm not going to be that mean.
Don't mess with my Florida boy.
He's still a NASCAR driver at the end of the day, so he's got more talent than I do.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we've had a bit of a playoff shakeup coming into this race, and it's because we've had some people withdraw for some personal reasons from the league. So we're going to have a little bit of a different field coming into tonight.
Yeah,
so
we're going to be missing some good drivers for sure.
Here's the new playoff picture. Everybody from 1st to 11th is locked in. If Joey McKinney starts the race tonight, and a majority of these guys don't make it, which looks like they might not, Joey McKinney will be locked in as well. But right now, Derek Schilling is 197 points to the good. Tom Schuett is in the playoff picture now. Ryan Cliver and Michael Payne both tied for 15th, 18 points ahead of the cutoff line. And Jaden Gimbel in 17th is 18 points outside the playoffs. So Jaden Gimbel, with a good race tonight, could put himself in the playoffs.
Yep, absolutely.
And it's going to come down to the wire for these guys. We got 5 races coming into tonight before the playoffs, 4 more after tonight, and we get into that, we get into the meat of the schedule. The very awesome section of the 4 races to the playoffs. Tonight is 4 to go. So you have Indy Road Course next week on August 10th. You have Michigan the week after, and then you have the absolute crapshoot, the one that anybody could win, Daytona.
Oh yeah.
And then we start the playoffs with Throwback Night at Darlington. I can't wait for that.
That'll be fun, as long as everybody participates. Last year we had, I would say probably 60% of the field actually, participated in the throwback schemes.
In our Monday night league that we now broadcast here, I run that league. In Fuel, we have our Darlington race, and I can't wait for my throwback scheme. I had somebody make it for me. I'm so excited. I cannot wait for it to be seen on the track. It's going to be a blast to drive that machine around.
The only scheme I could probably paint would probably be the Bud Moore number 15 car. You remember what that car looked like?
Was that just the white one?
A white car with blue letters.
I thought so.
Yeah. See, like I said, that's the only one I could paint.
Hey, don't sell yourself short.
Well, I'm just saying throwback. Yeah, I can create stuff on my own, but trying to duplicate something like some of these really cool paint jobs that they did back in the day, like that Western Auto that the 00 runs in this league. There's no way I could actually
duplicating paint schemes is probably the hardest thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
It's by far not easy, and it's definitely not. It's definitely difficult.
Yep. Speaking of paint schemes, Derek Schilling has a wonderful looking car that was actually painted by Rick Kohler, who runs in the AOLL. His car is it's a Jack Daniels and Coke car. Very cool looking car, but I have a feeling we might get it confused with Joseph Causey at times. At least it looks that way to me.
If you get that confused with Joseph Causey, I'm gonna get you some glasses.
Okay, you better get him out.
That is a
No.
really good-looking scheme, though. Wow.
It's a great-looking car. It really is a good-looking. Rick did a wonderful job with the paint on that one. So
I like the
just give him
zipper on the
props.
front. That's cool.
That is very cool. It reminds me of a Halloween costume. You know, where they have those zippers down the front of your the mouth. Have you ever seen those?
Yes, I have.
That's always one of my favorites when people do that and they put the zipper on their down their face and stuff. And that's what that reminds me of. But that's very, very cool. It was a very good idea that he came up with on that. So, and also, he has the now defunct team logo on the side of that car too.
Oh, does he?
Yes, he does.
Oh, we
See
we
that.
won't talk about that until
We
Adam
won't talk
Wood
about
comes
that.
back.
We'll wait for the official confirmation of that. Oh boy. But anyways, so we
Hey, we'll have to make throwback schemes to that eventually.
that's funny.
Hey, remember when this was a thing? Oh, we're terrible. We are absolutely terrible.
That is pretty bad. So, but yeah, we have the point standing is really shaping up to being pretty much cut and dry now on a lot of these drivers. They're definitely already in, just because we lost 3 big drivers. I mean, we lost Joshua Cathright. He's gone. The ones that shocked me over the break, Cathright, that didn't shock me because Causey had already talked about it and said that he was probably going to step down and get out of here. But the 2 that shocked me the biggest were Ira Kohlhaas and Brennan Massey. Those guys are gone now, and that is like really, I mean, Massey was already qualified into the playoffs, and they left. They took their PepsiCo sponsorship somewhere else.
Yeah, to lose a playoff contender, especially a race winner like that, is always tough in the middle of a season. But it happens in sim racing. They might have got a bigger opportunity. Their sponsors might have wanted them to go somewhere. Maybe we'll get them on the podcast one of these weeks, and we can talk with them and see what happened.
Might be a good idea, definitely. I would love to hear what the actual story behind all that is, because it came as a real shock to me, and I know it did to you too.
I read that on like Friday morning, whatever it was, when Cody announced it, and I was very shocked and saddened. But life goes on. But tonight it's gonna be interesting for these guys with only 13 guys on the track. How close the racing can be.
I was just counting that. Sammy Driver, you said 13 right after I just counted
It's gonna be a small field tonight, so we'll see what type of racing we get.
All right, so is Joseph Causey just gonna run away with this thing again, or are we
Man, for television ratings, I kind of hope not. But like I said on the podcast on Friday, until I am shown differently, I am going to continue to say that Causey has road courses easily in hand.
Yep. And I mean, he's fastest on the board right now.
By 3/10.
Yeah, 3/10. So
and then there's a second to third place, but that's what we normally see.
Yeah, and the Patrick Gaspar is second fastest, which qualifying, anything can happen in qualifying, but that's probably what we're going to be looking at the whole night, is those two running around with each other. And if Patrick doesn't lose it like he usually does towards the end of the race, he makes a mistake or something happens, it'll be a great race if he can just stay right there with Joseph Causey.
Yep, so it's going to be 15 laps in Stage 1, 15 laps in Stage 2, 30 laps to round it out tonight. Per usual at a road course, you're probably not going to see any cautions other than the stage breaks, unless the entire track gets blocked and they have nothing else to do but call a caution. Excuse me. That was unprofessional.
Baby got gas.
So that's what Sprite does to you.
Right? Does that to you? Wow. Usually it's Dr. Pepper with me.
Yeah, me and Sprite have a love-hate, very much love, drink too much of relationship.
You have the same thing with Sierra Mist?
I'm not a fan of Sierra Mist, but they taste the exact same.
Kind of, yeah.
But for some reason, I'm not a fan. I like Mountain Dew way more. It's a much better lemon lime soda.
No. Ugh. Don't like Mountain Dew. I only drink Mountain Dew if I need to stay awake.
Yeah, I like Mountain Dew much better than I like Sprite. But I had a Sprite because, well, I was at my local Walmart and I saw some Sprite Zero Sugar and I haven't had it in a long time, so I picked up a case.
All right. Well, Nick is now sponsored by Sprite. So we are going to shortly be into qualifying mode here. There's about a minute and a half left. And then we'll see who is going to actually qualify where tonight.
Well, Randy, we are a minute 15 seconds away from single car qualifying where we have to kill even more time while we wait for the cars to go around the track. Pretty much 1.5 times before we can really talk about what's going to happen.
Yeah, true. Absolutely.
So with that being said, why don't we talk about the news of the day in the NASCAR world?
Something happened. I didn't even see it.
Something happened today, and it was Trackhouse Racing officially announcing that next season,
lineup?
yes, officially announcing the driver lineup. It's going to be
Good.
Daniel Suarez in the 99,
Well, we knew that was going to happen.
and in the number 1 car, who do you think it's going to be? Who do you think brings more sponsorship?
Kurt Busch.
It's going to be Ross Chastain.
Oh, they are taking Watermelon Boy. You know
I
what?
don't know how. I love Ross Chastain. I think he's after what he did for Kurt. Even if the guy can't win a race in NASCAR's highest level, he deserves a ride because of how good of a teammate he is. You can love that move, or you can hate what he did on the with 5 to go, whatever it was with Kyle Busch. You can have your opinion on that move however you want to. That's your prerogative. That's what you get as a human being, your ability to make that decision. But as a team owner, I look at that and I say that man right there deserves a ride with this team no matter what. Because he will do what's right for the team whenever.
Yeah, and trust me, Ross is a really good guy. Everybody in the garages, they always say that guy is a wheelman. I mean, I've heard it from several people in the garages. They always talk about how good of a driver he actually is.
He's also a marketing dream.
Yeah.
I've heard rumors from some of my sources, which they might not be as good as yours, but I've heard rumors from my sources that Ross has interest from PepsiCo. He has interest from, what the hell's the name of that company? They don't do Pedigree. That's Mars. They do the Rachel Ray food brand. Like natural dog food or whatever it is, like Naturals. He has interest from Chevrolet themselves to sponsor a car. He has interest from some really big names.
I believe it. Like I said, he's a really great guy. I mean, he's just a really nice guy. I've talked to him several occasions, and I've known him since he was in the trucks.
Yeah, I met Ross at New Hampshire. It was kind of funny. He was just sitting out at the track. He was talking to his hauler driver. He must have been driving by going in or whatever. And his hauler driver was staged up at the top. And I was helping one of the guys for the company I work for pick up something. And I just happened to see Ross Chastain, and he needed to throw something away, so I grabbed it from him. We had like a quick 5-minute conversation. But in that 5-minute conversation, I was able to figure out who Ross Chastain is as a human being. because you can get that idea of a genuinely kind person in a 5-minute conversation. He was a genuinely kind human being.
Yeah.
And the future that he has in this sport, whether it's a champion or not, is still to be seen. There's great drivers like Mark Martin who never won a championship. So if Ross is good enough to win a championship, he will get one maybe one day. But
he will. He'll get some. Ross is going to win some races. There's no doubt about it. Like I said,
he'll be here for at least, just based on the names that I've heard thrown out that want him. Credit One Bank, McDonald's. I mean, all these sponsors want to stay with him. All of those names, Rockstar Energy Drink is talking about. Like,
well, that's PepsiCo.
Yeah, those names. Just based on that alone, that's sponsorship money that'll keep you in the sport for 10 years.
Yeah.
Even if you can't win a race. I mean, Dale Jr. went through a period where he couldn't finish in the top 20. He had Mountain Dew on his side. He had PepsiCo all over him. He didn't go anywhere. And Ross he's not one of those drivers who's not relevant, and he's also extremely, he's also very, give me 1 second. There we go. He's also extremely popular, too, for what you think, for a driver of, where he sits in the field.
Definitely.
Quickly, we have Patrick Gaspar here completing his second lap out of the final turn 7. Patrick will improve his first lap. No, he will not. He will stay with a 1:13.03. So now it's going to be on Joseph Causey to get the pole as we see Joseph Causey coming through turn 4 here. No, turn 5. 5, 6. Yeah, through turn 5. Down the long straightaway into the left-hand corner. Past the very large sand trap here at Watkins Glen into turn 6, and then he'll turn right onto turn 7 down the front stretch for the first lap, and we'll see it's almost inevitable that he's going to get the pole here with how slow that pole time is right now.
Well, he wasn't very fast on his first lap, so.
Well, here comes Joseph Causey off in a 1. Right against those rumble strips, comes out wide. Actually, I'm going to go on board Joseph Causey, give you a feel of how you're supposed to drive this racetrack here. So you come up through the S's now. Full throttle up through the S's. You have to play with it a little bit. It does get a little loose and squirrely as you come up. Now you're in 3rd. You're going to come around this corner here, shift at the DRS line into 4th if you have enough speed. Down the long straightaway, in to the bus stop. All the way down to 2nd gear, hard on the brakes, and a little squirrely. Right, left. Through the bus stop, back to the right now as you come up to turn 5. Turn 5, if you get it wrong, it messes up your entire lap because of the length of this long back straightaway here at Watkins Glen. Down the backstretch here at the Glen. 3rd gear, 4th gear, coming to your braking zone. 3rd, 2nd, to the left-hand corner, all the way to the inside rumble strip. Don't hit it because it's raised. Out to the outside rumble strip, down into 1st gear here. From 1st gear, you're going to stomp on that throttle all the way out. 1st, into 2nd, into 3rd. This is quick here. Across the line, Joseph Causey's going to jump to the pole. A 1:12.97. A very quick lap from Joseph Causey as he gave us a ride around the racetrack.
I was hoping that he would actually not qualify. It seemed like I was watching him. I didn't realize it was a warm-up. It just seemed like he was going really slow, but I was hoping he might miss a little bit so he could start back a little bit. We always mess with him and say, why don't you just start in the back of the pack and make it interesting for us, at least for a couple laps.
So, and I think since we left, it's been confirmed that Brad Keselowski will be an owner driver for the number 6 in 2022.
Yep.
But what we didn't expect is the shakeup in the Penske organization. Now, the 2 has been the flagship at Penske for probably its entire run in NASCAR.
Yeah,
absolutely. I don't think it's your flagship anymore. Not for the time being. You're going to have a rookie in there who, yes, Austin Cindric is a guy who we think can win a championship. pretty quickly in NASCAR. I think he could probably be a champ within the first 5 years of his career, just like Chase. You get him in the right situation with the right guys. Championship in the next 5 years is very possible for Austin Cindric.
I don't know about that. I'm not positive about that.
I think Austin Cindric is going to be a champion.
He'll be a champion, but I don't believe it'll be that quick.
It was quick for Chase, and Chase had less success, in my opinion, in the Xfinity Series.
Yeah, but
than Austin
Chase had way more success in everything else.
That is very true, but Austin's background comes from, regardless, in the road courses, when the road courses come up next year, and those are going to be huge because there's supposed to be 11 of them on the right now there's 11 of them on the tentative calendar for the regular season. It's like 1 every 3 races is supposed to be the schedule for next year if everything works out. That's what I've been hearing. 11 road courses is going to bring a totally different type of driver to the front of NASCAR. Austin Cindric is one of those guys who's going to be able to battle Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson and Kyle Busch at road courses. That's something we can definitely agree upon.
Yeah.
But I think for the time being, the 22 becomes your flagship at Penske.
Yeah, I agree on that.
And it might be a close battle between Joey and Ryan. The only thing that gives Joey the edge is the championship.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the
Blaney's
fan
gonna
base,
win a championship, I think.
Blaney's going to win races and championships. It's just coming. I mean, the kid, he wins more and more each year. He's getting better and better. He's more consistent now than he's ever been. And they're not in the best cars either. Those Fords are not the best cars in the track like they have been in years past, where Joey was winning championships or Brad was winning races and Ryan was just kind of mid-pack. Those Fords aren't that great, and Ryan Blaney's been able to stay in the top 10 a lot. So, going into next year, brand new car and all that, it could really change the face of NASCAR. I think you see Ryan Blaney become the face of Penske. Austin Cindric will definitely be a candidate to be the face of Penske in maybe 5-6 years, but I think your rookie of the year next year is probably going to be Harrison Burton. Sorry, I'm Jeb Burton. I meant Jeb Burton. I'm sorry.
Say Jeb Burton,
yeah,
not
Jeb.
Harrison Burton.
I think your rookie of the year next year is going to be Jeb in the 21 because I love Matt DiBenedetto. There's nothing wrong with him as a human being. But with that car pretty much being a 4th Penske car, the writing has been on the wall for Matty D for some time. Just based on the fact that he should have been able to win in that car.
Yeah.
That car, if you put Eric Jones in that car instead of in the 43, that car's in the playoffs and it might win 2 or 3 races. Because
it might.
That thing, it's not a slow car. It's a very fast Ford Mustang, and it's pretty much a 4th and sometimes on the track a 5th Penske racing machine. It's not a slouch of a race car either, and it's run by an organization that's been around for 100 years because they know what they're doing.
We're talking a lot about like NASCAR and stuff, so let's have a little fun here.
Okay.
On the guys in the IVRL. If we had to give these guys a NASCAR, relation, whatever.
Comparison?
Comparison.
I can tell you who my Kyle Busch is.
All right, who's that?
Joseph Cossie.
Nah, I don't know.
He's way more likable than Kyle Busch, but he wins so much that the fans hate seeing him win.
Oh, yeah, his winning-wise, yeah.
Or he might be a Jimmy Johnson, because the fans still kind of like him, but they hate to see him win so much.
Yeah.
But they know he's winning because he's talented.
Right. I would say that's probably good. So Patrick Gaspar.
Patrick Gaspar. Rusty Wallace.
Rusty won a lot of races, though.
Yeah, but but Rusty always had this one thing that was wrong with him near the end of his career. He had the ability He just couldn't put it together.
True.
That's the thing that was wrong with Rusty at the end. I don't think Rusty had to retire in 2005. I think he could have kept racing for another 5 years. I think he could have been battling Mark Martin for wins for another 5 years. But Rusty near the end had the ability but couldn't get it done. Patrick has the ability right now, but he can't get it done. If he starts getting it done, all of a sudden that goes from being the comparison of Rusty Wallace to maybe the way he drives on the track, a late career Matt Kenseth.
Yeah.
Consistent enough at certain tracks, but just not there at others.
Yeah, that's true.
That's... How about you?
I was going to say kind of maybe a Tony Stewart or something like that.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's ruffled enough guys the wrong way.
I mean, Tony won a lot more races and stuff, but just personality-wise and he's really good. But yeah, he's just not coming. Maybe an early Tony Stewart, not maybe like a Gibbs Tony Stewart, like early Gibbs.
When Tony, before he won the championship, when he came in and the first race he was in, he got into it with Robbie Gordon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that I can agree with you on. When Tony Stewart was a bit of an ass.
I didn't say that, you did.
Tony Stewart was a bit of an ass then.
No, you have no idea.
That's the thing about Patrick Gaspar. Patrick Gaspar is a great guy off the track. I like Patrick Gaspar a lot. I had conversations with him. I think he's a really good dude. But on the track, he has a thought about himself. And he may drive like that, and he may let other people know that he thinks of himself that way. Which is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. The only way you can make yourself a better driver is by believing you're the best on the track.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think any of us go to our job every day and say the guy next to me does it better. No, I do my job the best out of anybody in the company. I don't care what my title is. I do it best out of everybody.
I know I do.
Well, you own the company. Shut up, you.
I know, but no, I'm saying it compared to any other music stores in my town.
Yeah, see? And that might not be true.
No,
but
it is true.
See? That's the mindset you have to go into life with. You're the best possible person. It's the same thing on the racetrack. You don't have to be the best. You could be the worst driver on the track, but if you think you're the best, you'll get better.
You have to go with the Bret Hart mentality.
The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. I 100% agree. 100%. That's the only way to make yourself. If that's how you make yourself confident, then that's what you do.
Yep, absolutely. Hey, we're getting ready to go green flag racing here.
We are. So we're going to go ahead and show you the official grid.
This won't take long.
It won't. On pole tonight, Joseph Kazi. Second, Patrick Gaspar. Third, Nicholas Weatherby. Justin.
What happened there?
Justin said, Nick, how dare you suggest Guitar Addict isn't the best? Charles Yerrick in fourth. Harvey Abrams in fifth. Cody McKinney in sixth. Jaden Gimbel in seventh. Thomas Carino Jr. in eighth. Derek Schilling in ninth. Joey McKinney in 10th. Michael Payne in 11th. Jason Miz back in 12th. And in 13th, Ryan Clive. A small field here tonight, but a big enough field to make it interesting.
Yes, definitely. We're looking at Joseph Kazi. Can he win another road course win? Will somebody else be a spoiler tonight? That's the thing we're looking for tonight. I think we need to have somebody be a spoiler, just to kind of shake some things up. But we don't know. I'll tell you, that 16 car looks good. There's no 16 in the field, but do we have a paint mishap here? Or is that the 76?
It's a
Oh,
76.
Okay.
It's
yeah.
just yellow on the roof.
It's
I really
your-
like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it too. It almost looks like somebody puked on top of it and left a splatter on top. That's very cool.
Could you make that any less appetizing? Trying to get a
Well,
shot
just-
of. I'm
just
trying to
look
get a
really
shot of the
flat.
roof puke for everybody. Oh,
Or
God.
maybe it's a bird.
There you
know,
go.
just stopped
You can
by
see
and
the
dropped-
roof. You can see the roof puke. Good God.
I mean, that car about has every single color of the rainbow out there,
And including puke.
including puke, baby diaper, puke.
Jesus Christ.
Boy.
How am I supposed to get through 60 laps of this?
I don't know. This is going to be interesting, but you know, this is one of these tracks. The road courses, some of them are really, really long. This course, in particular, is not that bad. Only
It's 2.5 miles.
It's about 2.5 miles, only 8 turns. That's not bad at all.
7. They only count it as 7.
Okay.
There's
7
technically
turns.
8, but they only say 7. It's the same thing they did with Road America.
Yeah.
And as we come out of turn 8, down the front stretch for the first time tonight, the green flag is out here. And after vacation, Joseph Causey takes the green flag and the lead off into turn 1 here at Watkins Glen.
Joseph Causey will lead them down into turn number 1. He'll take the inside, then the outside. Gaspard tucks in behind him. He's about 3 car lengths back behind him, and then it's another 2 back to the Nicholas Weatherby car in that 23. He's going to follow the conga line all the way down around. That's turn number 3, I believe. That they'll make.
We
their
got a
way
spinner.
down.
Cody McKinney's around. Cody and Joey McKinney. The brothers have crashed together in the S's.
That is not fun.
That is going to lead to some tense conversation because I know they sim race next to each other.
Oh boy, that's
Somebody could be throwing a shoe at the other one.
that stinks for those guys.
I have a good shoe throwing story later on in the broadcast, I can tell you.
All right, when we get to some doldrum, we'll talk about that. But right now, it's all Causey leading the field around Watkins Glen.
You can throw a
And,
blanket over those 3 at the front, though.
Yeah, they've kind of separated themselves from the rest of the field. They've got at least a 7 car length advantage over Charles Yerk in that 76. And then he's got another 5 over Harvey Abrams, who's running behind him, that 79 car.
If Harvey Abrams gets a top 5 at a road course, I will be very proud of him.
One guy we're missing is Adam Wood tonight. I know
Adam
he's,
Wood is on vacation.
That's right, he is on vacation. And you know, that's one thing, you know, when he's got that win, so he really doesn't have to show up. He's already locked into the playoffs, which some of these other guys may, you know, I don't think our other playoff contenders or winners actually didn't show up. I think Adam is the only one. Look at this, Gaspard getting right on the back of Causey. He outbroke Causey. He's actually trying to track down Causey.
That's what Weatherby wants to see. Harvey Abrams has gone off the track. He's got it back gathered up, though, but we'll keep an eye on him as Jaden Gimble closes in. But that battle for the lead is getting tighter. It's less than a second now as they go off into turn 1 here. Causey all the way down to the corner. Perfect apex for all 3 drivers right behind him. Weatherby carries a little bit more speed now. Up to the S's.
They'll make their way through the S's with Causey leading by
Woo!
3 car lengths over Gaspard. Then it's another 7 car lengths back to the 23 car.
Causey
Weatherby.
got loose. Gaspar's going to use that to get a little closer as they come towards the dogleg here. Off into the right-hand corner of the first part of the dogleg. Now to the left. Back to the right. Here they come uphill. Now they go off into turn 5, and Gaspar is there.
It is still early, but they're trying to make some moves happen early here at Watkins Glen. As Causey goes off the track, that's going to allow that that car of Casper to get right up there. He's going to dive to the inside. He's going to try to beat him down to the turn. He dives to the inside, but no. Causey slams the door shut, and Causey pulls away by 3 car lengths over the Gaspar car and Weatherby. Weatherby's now made it a 3-car battle for the lead as they come down the front stretch.
He's going to try to take advantage of this. They come down the front stretch. Nicholas Weatherby might look to the inside in turn 1 of Patrick Gaspar. He's not close enough, but he's getting faster and faster as this race goes along. He has the fastest lap on the racetrack at the moment through turns 1 up to the S's. Here they come. They're all over Patrick Gaspar and Joseph Causey as Nicholas Weatherby. Causey gets loose in the S's again. Gaspar's going to use that to his advantage on the exit here. He's going to get closer and closer as we come down the straightaway.
Come down the straightaway, but Weatherby is right behind Gaspar. He's ducking to looking to try to make a peek down to the inside as they go through the dog leg. They go through. And Causey got a little bit loose as he hit the rumble strips going through that. And they go off the turn. It's looking still a 3-car battle down towards the straight.
Wow!
Here they come.
Patrick Gaspar is so much faster than Joseph Causey in turn 6. Turn 5. Right there in turn 5, Causey loses so much time. Gaspar and Weatherby now are there. If Causey makes a mistake, he's not going to lose 1 spot. He's going to lose 2. As we go through turn 7 now, down the front stretch, Patrick Gaspar might be able to make a move into 1. If he doesn't, Weatherby might be able to make a move on him.
But as you see him come off the turn, he is so much faster. Now they come down to turn number 1. Gaspar ducks in behind him, trying to get a good run off turn number 1 as they go towards the S's. Here they go up the hill. Gaspar gets a really good run coming up there. He is gaining on Causey, but Causey still leading the race. And now they've actually separated themselves a little bit from Weatherby. So that's the first time we've seen them actually get away from Weatherby tonight.
Off into the dog leg. Here they come. Patrick Gaspar needs to get a good dog leg here. He loses a little bit of time to Causey each lap here in the dog leg. And as they go off into 5, he's not able to make that move stick as he comes out of 6 here. As they come out of turn 5 now, up down towards the straightaway, Causey gets a better exit of turn 5 than he has all night. He is going to keep that gap at a half second, but Nicholas Weatherby is going to be all over the back bumper of Patrick Gaspar off into turn 6, but Weatherby goes wide off the track almost. As we see Patrick Gaspar gain on Joseph Causey now out of turn 7, down the long straightaway here at Watkins Glen. He's going to gain on him a little bit, and we're going to see if he makes a move at the end of the long straightaway past the S's next time.
They go down through the turn, and they'll make their, and Gaspar.
That's a good exit.
Actually, Weatherby got loose as Gaspar got a great exit off the turn. He's going to close in on the back bumper.
He gains in that third S.
Yes, he did.
He's got a good run this time. He's got a head of steam coming now. He's going to beat that back bumper.
He's going to have to keep it in tow as they go through the dog leg. They're making their way through. That time he loses it just.
Oh, he got a little bit of loose off the little bit of loose off that. He hit the grass a little bit, but he went off into turn 5 a lot better than Causey. He's going to get a better exit off of 5, and all that time he lost in the dog leg, he's gained back, and he's still right there now as we come down towards turn 6.
We'll go down to turn number 6. Causey gets down on the binders as and
Gaspar's off the track. Gaspar's off the track.
And I'm actually surprised that we did not see Weatherby capitalize on that. He actually let off and let him gather the car back. So that was kind of surprising. As they go down to turn number 1, now Causey has a little bit of breathing ground. But does Gaspar have any breathing ground? I don't think so. I think Weatherby is going to try to pass him somewhere along in here if he can get the right momentum. He's closing in on him.
This is a good thing for Joseph Causey, because now Gaspar is going to drive the ever-loving heck out of that number 86 die-cast dude Chevrolet. He's going to rip those tires apart here, and we only have 8 laps left in the stage, but 8 laps at a 7-turn, 2.5-mile road course is a long time. So if Gaspar has to drive the ever-loving heck out of that car, Joseph Causey's going to be able to save those tires. When Gaspar finally gets there, Causey's just going to drive off into the sunset.
Yeah. And we've seen him do it time after time.
We have. We're going to go back and see what happened to Cody and Joey.
He got off the turn a little bit.
What happened?
Causey got off the track a little bit there, and that's enabled them to catch back up. They're not too far behind him again.
Now they're only 1.25 seconds. That's not a huge amount of distance around here. It takes about 1 minute and 20 seconds to go around this racetrack. So they are closing in on Joseph Causey. Before the leaders get into battle here, we're going to go back and see what happened on the first lap to Cody and Joey McKinney. Coming up through the S's, Cody McKinney. He got loose through the second S, spun around, just barely missed Jen Gimbel. Thomas Carino missed it, but Joey McKinney locked it up, had nowhere to go, and right into the door of his brother in the 14.
Tough break for those guys. Cody, I see, is a lap down. Joey is just a ways back behind. He's 9 seconds back behind Michael Payne.
Yeah, Joey McKinney will have the ability to get some of that damage fixed under the first caution, which comes out here in 7 laps. But you have to worry, if you're a fan of Joey McKinney, you worry about overheating here, because it's a track where you're hitting the rev limiter quite often in these gears. Because you're trying to get everything you can out of this car, because you're using third gear a lot more than you would think around this racetrack. Oh, Causey got loose out of 7. Gaspar's going to use that to take some time off that lead. And we have 5 laps to go here in stage 1. And we could see a heck of a battle for the lead coming.
He's closing in on him. There's no doubt about it. Causey is only about 6 car lengths over Patrick Gaspar. Gaspar gets a really good run off of that turn going through the S's here. As they go across the tunnel turn, they'll go up the hill. And Gaspar is still, he lost a little bit of ground through the S's though. And now they'll get hard on the binders as they go through the dog leg there. It's about 4 car lengths, maybe 5 as they go into turn number 5. They'll make their way around turn number 5. And everybody seems to be making their way around the turn pretty
What turn
evenly.
number is it?
5?
Which one?
This one's 6 up here.
Okay, I wanted to make sure you said 5 enough. I wanted to make sure everybody knew what turn that was.
5.
Ah, there we go. Off into turn 6.
Long.
Very long left-hander. Now we're into turn 7. That's 7. The 7. Number 7. Patrick Gaspar got a little loose there. Lost a little bit of time. Nicholas Weatherby off the track just a little bit on the exit of 7. We're going to go back in the pack here.
Run.
Thomas Carino Jr. just made a pass for 6th place on Jaden Gimbel. We'll take a look. It was off into turn 7 here. Thomas Carino went to the inside Jaden Gimbel. Jaden Gimbel wasn't able to keep that position. Thomas Carino was able to complete the pass there down the front stretch.
So with just a handful of laps remaining in this stage, it's been all Joseph Causey just leaving off, or just starting where he left off, I guess.
And, you know, I was looking at this a minute ago, Randy. We're looking at the manufacturers right now. And in the top 10, 5 of the 10 are Chevrolets. 2 of the 10 are Fords, and the other 3 are Toyotas. So it's an evenly spread out field here, manufacturer-wise. So you don't have to worry about the manufacturers having any sort of games to play here.
Yeah, which is good. Everybody's even that way.
We're going to take a look here as Thomas Carino Jr. went off the track in the tunnel turn. Sorry, the dog leg, I mean. He came back on the other side of the dog leg, and he was able to keep his position there ahead of Jaden Gimbel.
Field pretty much is kind of separating each other besides that battle between Carino Jr. and Gimbel. That's probably the best battle on the track right now.
I would agree.
Miz and Derek Schilling was looking pretty good, but Derek kind of made a little bobble, and that separated or brought that back to a second between the two. But as with most road courses we don't see a lot of side-by-side action. It's a matter of somebody making a mistake and somebody I can't even say capitalizing on their mistake. So that TMJ thing every now and then gets in my way. Don't forget, Ghostfire Media does have other races this week. Tomorrow night, there will be no racing on the Ghostfire Media Network, but on Thursday night, it will be the TNT division for the AOL Running the Guitar Addict series on Thursday night.
Derek Schilling! Derek Schilling has crashed through turn 5. Through turn 5, Derek Schilling got sideways on the exit, spun out and took the front end and pounded the right front into the wall.
And he's still having trouble. He's off the track right now, driving through the dirt. I thought he stopped to pull the zipper down and go pee there for a second, but maybe not.
Wow. Is that how low we've gone? We're at that side of the... Wow. How the mighty have fallen.
The mighty have fallen. Well, we are in the middle of the woods here, so it's, it kind of reminds you, when you're out driving on the highway and you're out in the middle of nowhere.
I have never once pulled over on the side of the highway. That's why you have bottles in your car.
I've never used a bottle, my friend.
Listen, I don't like ticks, and the last thing I need a tick anywhere near is that. Just saying.
That's true. That's true. I'm not saying go all the way in the woods.
I'm not going to just, jump out the side of the highway. Never mind.
Hey, I'll tell you a quick story.
I have a shoes throwing story I have to tell you. That's right.
Yeah, you have to tell me that story.
Harvey Abrams! Oh, Harvey Abrams has gone around. In turn number 1, Harvey Abrams locked her up here, I think. No, he didn't. Never mind. He got on the throttle a little bit too hard in the exit. Took the front end right off that Ford Mustang. That thing's going to have some cooling problems, honey. Man, oh man, the number 79 is going to be in the pits for a little bit more time here.
Yeah,
when we got the
laps are winding down. So.
Patrick Gaspar is pitting. Patrick Gaspar has entered the pits. He is going to pit before the end of the stage. So he's going to come out now, and he's going to be the leader to start stage number 2.
Well, that's interesting.
That is a smart strategy play. He thinks if he gets ahead of Joseph Causey, he can hold him. It'll be interesting to see.
If I was Weatherby, I would have done the same thing, too.
I think it caught him off guard.
Might have caught him off guard, but he still has, we have one more lap around or 2 laps?
This is the white flag on stage numero 1. Patrick Gaspar has exited the pits here. And now he gave me the amount of time you lose in the pits tonight.
Well, it's a good move by Patrick Gaspar to do that, and now he should be able to take the lead as long as everyone else does pit. So Gaspar will lead once we go back to stage 2.
Out of turn number 7 for the I don't even know, 20th time this season, Joseph Causey will win a stage here at Watkins Glen. He's not a big stage winner.
No, I don't. Yeah, I mean, he hadn't won that many stages.
I'm not sure, to be honest. Charles Yerrick will come home 3rd with Nicholas Weatherby 2nd. Thomas Carino Jr. in 4th. Ryan Cliver in 5th. We have a battle raging, actually, for 4th here as they come out of 7. The caution is out. I don't know what I'm talking about. Never mind. Carino, then Cliver, then Gimbel, then Abrams. Patrick Gaspar in 8th. Jason Miz replacing Joshua Gathright in the number 89. Comes home 9th. Derek Schilling in 10th. Joey McKinney in 11th. Michael Payne in 12th. Then Cody McKinney comes home 13th with no front end on that machine.
Well, it's good time to actually hear from our sponsors, don't you think?
I think it's a great time to hear from the from the Guitar Addict here, that present Ghostfire Media to you every single week. We're going to hear from our friend Randy Pepper over at the Guitar Addict.
All right. Be serious for a second. Are you tired of being a loser? Can't do anything right? Feel like everyone's coming down on you all the time? Well, there's a way out. And I'm going to show you. Hey Mom, look what I learned. That's right. Pick up a guitar, learn how to play guitar. Automatically you're going to become a chick magnet. The ladies are going to love you. Your kids are going to think you're cool. So what you need to do is come down here to the Guitar Addict, 1672.5 Ridgewood Avenue in Daytona Beach, Florida, or go to guitaraddict.com and buy yourself a guitar and automatically be the star of your neighborhood. That's guitaraddict.com.
Welcome back to Ghostfire Media here. The IVRL Buttkicker Cup Series here on Ghostfire Media, presented to you by the Guitar Addict. Here on a beautiful Tuesday night, balmy across most of the United States of America. Tornado Alley is kicking up tonight, though. There are some tornado warnings across the country. Remember to listen for your warning signs. Listen for your sirens. Listen for the train. Get to a safe place in your house, or if you have one, a storm shelter, and ride out the storm.
Have you ever been racing and the power goes out because of a storm?
Yes.
Yeah, I had that happen yesterday. I was leading a race at your favorite track, New Hampshire, and lightning
in the
struck
ARCA
house.
cars.
Yes.
You were running the weekly series, right?
Yep, I was, and I was just trying to gain some I-rating points and trying to bring my I-rating up a little bit. And
speaking of I-rating,
10 laps. Yeah, I-rating.
Speaking of I-rating, myself, Carl, and Josh all ran the 4 hours of Charlotte for MS this past weekend. Carl and Josh split the race. I ran my own car for the full 4 hours.
Wow.
My safety rating went up from a 2.78 to a 4.99. And my I rating went up almost 600 points.
Wow.
I had so much fun, and I cannot wait to get into more endurance racing. I bought the car for the endurance series that I want to drive, and I bought the tracks for the endurance series that I want to drive. Beginning this week on Saturdays, I will be racing those endurance races at 12 o'clock every Saturday. Because I'm so excited to do 2.5 hours. Endurance races are so fun. I didn't know they were so fun, but now I'm hooked.
So basically, an endurance race, you're just trying to outlive everybody else, right?
It's like a 2.5 hour time trial. You have to be fast but calculated.
Uh-huh.
So at 2.5 hours, you could do 225 laps, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many times do you have to pit, though, to do 225 laps? Probably 3 times. How many sets of tires are you going to go through? 3 sets? Now, how terrible are you going to run those tires down? Probably to the bone. Or you could do 175 laps, pit once, save your tires, and lead most of the time, and not have to worry about anything. It's one of those games.
The green flag has been waved off, so we were going to go back to green, but we're not. We're going to have to go around one more
The
time.
lights are back on. They're waiting
Lights
for Michael
back on.
Payne and Cody McKinney.
Ah. That makes sense. Well, it sounds like you'll have fun in the endurance racing. But
I'm excited.
I will say this. I want to thank you guys, everyone that did participate in any of those MS races. Thank you. My wife has MS, and I really did want to run in that just because of that cause, but unfortunately I did have to work that day, so I could not do it. But I thank everyone that did do that.
I actually went a step further, and for every lap I ran, I donated $1.
Hey, how many
So
laps did you run?
127.
All right. Wow, man. Good for you. That's awesome.
So
We thank you.
no, it's also close to my heart as well. I have some family members who struggle with it, so
Okay, so you understand.
I do. It's not a fun disease. It's a terrible disease, and it doesn't care.
No, it does not. Luckily, my wife, she's not paralyzed or anything like that. She can work and do all her own stuff, but she, every now and then, the dropsies are relentless. They don't. Doesn't matter what you got, you're gonna drop it. So that's one of her bad things that she gets, and she just has no strength at all. So yeah, it definitely robs you of your strength. So it's not a fun disease by any means.
No, it's not. But I did have a story I wanted to tell you about shoe throwing.
Yeah, tell me about the shoe throwing.
Remember when NASCAR went to Japan?
Yes, when Danica Patrick won her only race in Japan.
No, that was way, way, way before that. This was
Okay.
Dale Earnhardt was still alive.
Okay.
They
Well, he
ran.
was alive when she won too.
Him and Dale Jr. ran the matching
The Coke cars.
Coke cars.
Yeah, I have those.
Well,
Diecast.
with about 5 to go, Dale had gotten new tires and Senior had old tires. Senior had a terrible day. He was like 10th. Junior was like 11th, and he was terrible. But he had brand new tires. He thought he could go up there, catch a couple of these guys, and pass them. Well, Junior got into Dale Senior, rubbed him the wrong way, put a little bit of damage on his race car. Post-race, Dale's sitting in the bus. Senior did a couple interviews. Dale Jr.'s getting ready to go home. And he bends down, untie his shoe, and the door opens on the trailer. Dale Earnhardt walks in, looks at him, sits down, takes his shoe off, and whips it over his head. He goes, "Don't you ever drive me like that again. Or next time I'll hit you in the head with it." And Dale Jr. said if that thing had hit him in the head, it would have taken his head right off. It was coming at 100 miles an hour.
Green flag racing again. Patrick Gaspard down on the inside. Joseph Causey on the outside. Is Patrick Gaspard going to be able to win the
He's got the
race off
preferred line. They're going to come together a little bit.
Wide.
3 wide, coming up to the S's. Are they going to make it? Oh, my goodness. Gaspard let him in, but they're still side by side through the S's. Causey has the preferred line to the inside. They're going to be side by side. Causey off the track. He's going to lose second. Here comes Weatherby. Weatherby's going to make a move, I think, here into the dogleg. Here he comes to the inside. He's not going to push it. Patrick Gaspard's going to take the lead and try to drive it. Oh, we got a spinner behind him. Spinner behind him. Derek Schilling's involved. The 79 Harvey Abrams is around. We got problems behind him for this battle for the lead. Oh, my goodness.
Right on the back bumper of Gaspard. They come down the long straightaway as they head towards the
Weatherby to the inside.
Wow.
Oh, they make contact a little bit.
Causey's just loving this. Causey is
Off
loving
into
this.
7. Weatherby's going to drive it hard. He's going to get the preferred line on the outside. The big run down the front stretch. Causey to the outside of the 86. And we are side by side coming across the start-finish line.
bad thing is Patrick Gaspar did not lead that lap.
Oh, Gaspar closes the door! Causey gives him the tip! Here comes Charles Yerrick in fourth! Oh my goodness! Hey Randy, we weren't awake in the first segment. We're awake now!
Oh,
Gaspar's loose up the S's! Holy moly! Here comes Causey. He wants the lead back. Off into the dog leg. Here we go again.
And Weatherby lead another lap. That is the question right now. As we look at it right now, as Causey's looking to the inside to get around the Weatherby car. Closes right on the back bumper.
Causey
right
off the track. He went on the grass a little bit. He's going to throw it off to the inside, maybe into six. No, he's not. He's going to think better of it. Nicholas Weatherby, he gets loose through six when he's able to keep it straight, but Causey to the outside now into seven. Causey with the crossover. He's going to get a big run down the front stretch. He's not going to make the move, but he's going to use that draft off into one. He's going to late break him.
Weatherby has a little breathing room there.
Weatherby's going to use that outside lane, drive it all the way out there. Oh, he comes right in front of Gaspar if they go up the S's. Gaspar and Weatherby, side by side, they touch. No room given to Patrick Gaspar by Nicholas Weatherby. Wow.
Once again, Joseph Causey has set sail by himself.
Man, oh man.
I was hoping that we were going to get a little bit of that racing once again. You know, at a road course, get to have a little bit of excitement so we can feel like we're back where we like to be. And lots of side-by-side racing and getting our adrenaline, you know, running. I know you get it running so much that we almost sometimes think you're going to have a heart attack.
Hey, I'm awake now.
Yeah, I know, but I'm pretty sure before long we're going to be back talking about, you know, sprites and.
Weatherby's coming. He's not a slouch tonight. Nicholas Weatherby has legit speed.
Yeah, he must have been practicing. I mean, he had a lot of time to practice, that's for sure.
Wow, he threw it off into one. He's not going to make the exit.
Oh, he did.
Not cleanly. Up through the S's. This is where Causey loses so much time to everybody else is up the S's. He loses about a tenth of a second here as they come out of turn 3 now, down the long the front straightaway here at Watkins Glen. Actually, this is the east straightaway. I apologize.
For the dog leg.
The east into the dog leg, and now out of the dog leg, back onto the east straightaway for a little bit of for half a second, then into the right-hander, which is turn 5, and Causey. Joseph Causey. Oh, Causey sideways in turn 6! Weatherby's going to take advantage. Here he comes!
But it's not going to be enough. Causey gets back.
Wow. Causey might need a new pair of shorts there.
Gaspar.
Where are the dude wipes? Joseph Causey's going to need some. Wow.
Might want to call DoorDash because he's behind you.
Holy schmoly.
Jumping crawdad, did you see that one?
Holy jumping. All right, we're going to go back and see what happened on the restart there between Harvey Abrams. Harvey just got loose, but further back in the pack. We're going to watch that restart one more time so we can give you a little bit of the action that happened here. So we get green. This is where they go green here. And we have this battle off in 1 where Gaspar just doesn't give Causey an inch. And then Weatherby takes advantage of that, tries to go 3 wide, and Causey wasn't giving him anything. But behind him is where all the action is going to start. You got Thomas Carino and Harvey Abrams battling hard right there through the S's. Right in front of him, you got Charles Yerrick. Then you got this battle for the lead here where Gaspar and Weatherby are going to start. And then back here, though, you got this interesting situation that starts going off into the dog leg where I think it's a little further up. Yeah, it was the 89 didn't get slowed down enough. Him and the 7 got together. Harvey Abrams spins out. And then you come through turn 6 here. Gaspar just doesn't get going out of 6. Weatherby gets a huge run down the west stretch here. And then off into out of 5. And into 6, Weatherby just sends it off in there. Gets side by side, but Gaspar gets back on the throttle. And then into 7, they're side by side again. And he gets the lead with the help of the draft. I mean, it was an awesome first lap from the restart.
Yeah, absolutely. It was definitely made things exciting.
Weatherby just got off the track a little bit. And that's going to allow Patrick Gaspar to get to his back bumper.
Yeah, Gaspar's been sitting there waiting for him to make some kind of mistake.
Oh, Michael Payne. Michael Payne, who needs a good race tonight to stay in the playoffs, or to get in the playoffs, has crashed on into turn 1 with Jaden Gimbel.
And Gaspar's side by side with Weatherby now as they make their way up the turn and off turn number 7. And Weatherby is not going to let him go by. They are side by side as they go down across the stripe. Gaspar has a little bit more momentum as they go into the turn number 1, but this time
Gaspar's going to try the over-under.
Inside outside, yep.
The over-under now up into the S's, but he's going to have the preferred lane for the first S. If Weatherby can stay into the quarter panel, he's going to have the better lane through turn 2 here. And they're going to touch. They're going to touch up to 3. They're side by side, door banging through turn 3 down the east long straightaway.
Weatherby is doing a wonderful job of driving. He's not letting Gaspar get around him. He loses a little bit of momentum in certain areas, and that allowed the Gaspar car to catch up to him, but now he's regathered everything up and he's pulling away by 3 car lengths over Patrick Gaspar, and that's got to be frustrating as all hell with Gaspar.
It's got to be. We're going to go back and watch Nicholas Weatherby here get the elbows out. Full Max Verstappen mode was activated here into the dog leg, up through the S curves. So Patrick has the line through 1, but he gets that quarter panel, which slows him down a little bit, pulls him back, and Weatherby sends it off into the second S curve. They just barely touch, and then through the third S curve, he takes it wide, and then he shuts the door there on Patrick Gaspar. Full Max Verstappen mode activated, 100% right there. Got the elbows out and was ready. And now Patrick Gaspar has passed Nicholas Weatherby. And we'll see what happened there as we come back live. We'll go to the replay. And it was off into turn 1 once again. Nicholas Weatherby went wide into turn 1. Patrick Gaspar said, no, this one's mine now. But Weatherby's coming back. He's not just going to give up on this move here on Patrick Gaspar through the dog leg.
Commend Weatherby for this. Weatherby has driven a great race tonight. And I got to commend him on it because we're not used to seeing him run this tight with the leaders. Usually
not at a road course.
Yeah, not on a road course. You know, usually it's just Causey and Gaspar, but this time at least we have a 3-car battle. Although it's not really a 3-car battle because Causey is kind of checked out on everybody.
Yeah. Weatherby is usually a threat at ovals, but not at road courses. That's where he has really struggled so far this season. And right now, he's been able to make every decision correctly here tonight. And it's helped him.
Once again, Weatherby gets off the track, gets up over the rumble strips, excuse me, Rumpelstiltskin. But he loses a little bit of ground to Gaspar. But these guys, they are so far back behind Joseph Causey. They're nearly 6 seconds back behind him. Causey's just on autopilot once again.
Yeah, Causey's on autopilot, and it's nice to see the battles throughout the field. And Weatherby is not allowing Joseph Causey to just drive away.
No, he's staying right with him. He's definitely having probably one of the best road course races that we've seen him have all year, for sure.
We have a battle right now for 5th, though. Ryan Cliver and Thomas Carino Jr., they are close to each other, and they are going to be making some moves on each other here. And they've been making moves on each other pretty much all night here. These two have been around each other all race long. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when they start getting a little bit closer. And maybe on the next restart here, you'll see some battling between those two. But we come back up to this battle for second. Patrick Gaspar, Nicholas Weatherby. Less than a half second between each other on the racetrack at the moment.
Yeah, they've got right now the 11 car Cliver is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 car lengths ahead of Thomas Carino, so he's kind of separated himself again as well. So really, the best battle still has got to be between probably, I would say, Patrick Gaspar and Weatherby, and then you've got this Cliver and this Carino Jr. battle as well. Field is separating itself quite a bit. Actually, Cliver now is actually leaving Thomas Carino Jr. behind. As Weatherby, Weatherby almost, look at this. Patrick Gaspar is pitting again. Patrick Gaspar is pitting early once again. He's going to
That
try
was
to
dangerous.
again. That was very dangerous.
Was there any radio message?
I didn't see any, no.
Let me go ahead. Let's show this again. We missed it on the broadcast. That was, wow, that was dangerous. It wasn't as close as it looked like it was on the live feed, but wow, that could have been bad.
It could have been very bad, but luckily it was not. So Patrick Gaspar will rejoin the field out here as Causey is just checked out. 6 seconds over second place. Nicholas Weatherby. And there's the yellow. That'll end
Stage 2.
2. So we'll go into the final stage now and see who.
Oh, Derek Schilling has crashed as the caution comes out.
Poor Derek.
Turn 1 and him not friends tonight.
No.
Oh, he just totally missed it. Totally missed turn 1. Went right off into the wall. Big crash there. Michael Payne as well had an incident in turn 1 a couple laps ago. We'll go back and look at it here. Michael Payne on the exit of turn 1 here. Gets on the throttle. Hard hit to the inside of retaining wall.
He felt the pain.
That he did. And we had another one with him just a while before that. We didn't show you this one here on the broadcast. Michael Payne through turn 1 behind Jaden Gimbel. He does the exact same thing this time, on the throttle hard and into the wall. Just a little bit of a touch there. But stage 2 results are as follows. Joseph Causey wins stage 1 and stage 2, looking for his, I think, 3rd sweep of the season. Nicholas Weatherby in 2nd, Charles Urick in 3rd, Ryan Cliver in 4th, Jason Miz in 5th, so the number 89 for Tito Team. The second car on the track for them tonight. Harvey Abrams in the number 79 in 6th, Jaden Gimbel in 7th, Patrick Gaspar in 8th, Joey McKinney in 9th, Thomas Carino in 10th, Derek Schilling in 11th, Carter McKinney in 12th, and Michael Payne rounds the field out in 13th as he is out of the race.
That's a tough break for him, definitely.
That is. We're going to look at the playoff points really quick, and that's going to hurt Michael Payne. You see him.
Yeah.
He is 18 points to the good, but Jaden Gimbel tonight in 16 is 18 points out of the playoffs. He's in 7th. So right now with the points and the playoff points and the stage points that he's gotten, Jaden Gimbel would jump Michael Payne in the playoff standings and knock Michael Payne out of the playoffs here by about 3 points as we go into just 3 races before the playoffs. So it's going to get dicey for that 16th and final transfer spot.
I think Jaden Gimbel actually joined the league a little later too, as well.
Jaden was here from the start, but he took some time off.
Okay, that's all right. I knew he wasn't at all the races, so because I know Michael's been here I think he was out a couple races, but for the most part, he's been here every week.
Yeah, Michael Payne has been here, I believe, almost every week. He hasn't had the best season, but
No, he has not. And that's why I was like, it doesn't surprise me that Jake Gimble has passed him, because he's just he's been a lot more consistent than Michael Payne has been this season for sure. While we were talking about all this stuff, Derek Schilling was trying to catch up to the field and went out and played with the kitty litter for a little bit too, as we were talking.
oh, well, we'll show that. Oh, Derek actually, it didn't pop up. So let's see if we can see. Here it is. There it is. Derek Schilling in turn 6 here. He went off in my part of the racetrack. We call that Nick Corner.
Nick Adams Corner.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the next time we'll be live here on the Ghost Fire Media Network is for the AOLL TNT Series. Thursday night live at 7:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where the boys of the TNT Series get ready to take on the tricky Charlotte Roval. Let's hear from one of the members of the AOLL in our AOLL advertisement this week.
The AOLL began online racing in the mid-1990s, with Papyrus's NASCAR racing still going strong 27 years later on the iRacing platform. The TNT Series races on Thursday night, running the ARCA Chevy cars for drivers looking to learn and have fun. The Cup Series races on Sunday nights, featuring league veterans and Class A licensed drivers. The Sportsman Division races on Wednesday nights, running the Gander Outdoor trucks with drivers from the Cup and TNT Series. You can catch all of the AOLL racing action right here on Ghostfire Media.
Back here at Watkins Glen International Raceway, the IVRL Buttkicker Series. Patrick Gaspar is your leader right now, as he pitted before everybody else. And then as Thomas Carino Jr. will be lining up to his outside, Joseph Causey on row 2, and Nicholas Weatherby to his outside. Charles Urick and Ryan Cliver will line up next to each other in row 3. In row 4, it's going to be Jason Miz, who is new to the league, taking over Cathrights' old ride, and he'll line up next door to Harvey Abrams. And then it's going to be Jaden Gimble and Joey McKinney. And then I would say the last, all by himself back there is going to be Derek Schilling. I'm not sure if Cody McKinney is still out there or not. Has Derek Schilling now is just finally be able to make his way back to the pits. He's had a rough time tonight in that Coke Jack Daniels car.
So, earlier tonight, we talked about road courses in NASCAR. We talked about how Austin Cindric is going to become possibly one of the faces of NASCAR over the next few years because of the inclusion of more road courses in his road racing background. Now, Randy, me and you both have separate sources, but they usually are both in the know. The know that I've gotten is that next year they're considering adding 2 more road courses to the season, and taking away a couple of double dates. One of those road courses is Laguna Seca. Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca. Could you imagine the next-gen 3,500-pound stock car going down the corkscrew?
As long as these cars turn like they say they're going to. That's the whole thing. I mean, if they're still going to be just a giant tank on tires, because that's pretty much what these things are. They're so heavy, they can't turn. At that track, down that, no.
And the other one that we're hearing rumors about is next year NASCAR wants to do a month-long trip to Tennessee. They want to do the Bristol Dirt Race, Nashville Fairgrounds, Nashville Super Speedway, and the Nashville Street Course.
Yes, I've heard about this.
Talk about flooding a market. And I mean absolutely pouring racing into a market. But for the people who weren't fans of NASCAR 10, 15 years ago, they don't realize that that's what we used to do. A market showed interest, like Kentucky. All of a sudden, we built him a brand new racetrack, and we gave him 2 races a year. Then the market died. Atlanta's market showed interest. We gave them a second date. We poured money into the area. Then the market died. We took a race date away. Then we gave it back because of COVID. Now they're redoing the track, and it's going to be even better for racing and for the fans. And they're adding some more amenities for the fans, so it's going to be this amazing, racetrack for the fans. Bristol, there was talks about taking one of the Bristol dates away. They threw dirt on that racetrack, and now all of a sudden you can't get a ticket to that track again.
Yeah, once again, yeah.
That's how Bristol was 20 years ago. You were on a waiting list for 5 years to get tickets to Bristol.
Yeah,
I went to the Bristol Motor
grandfathered in,
Speedway. Yeah, I went
Yeah.
to the Bristol Motor Speedway in 2013. We ordered our tickets for that race in 2007.
Yeah.
It was 6 years. It was a 6-year waiting list. And you had to hope your name got drawn. That's what we want.
You want butts in the seats.
I
You
can't
don't want to have any
wait,
of this
though.
Lord may give it, Lord take it away.
Yeah, I can't wait. If we flood the Nashville market, as long as we put that street course in the right spot on the chart, we'll be good. But out of turn 7, the green flag flies to start stage number 3.
Look at Gaspar as he pulls away by 1, 2, 3 car lengths. As they go down into turn number 1, he's going to try to keep his distance as Causey closes in. He's 2 car lengths back behind Gaspar. It's Patrick Gaspar leading the way as they go through the S-turns.
We haven't seen this yet.
No, we have not seen this. They'll go down long straightaway as they get off the last
Gaspar
turn.
sideways!
Ooh,
He's still pulling
driving.
away though. Oh man, did he put it all on the line there? He is driving away from Joseph Causey. Causey breaks really late into the dog leg. Here they come out of 4 into 5. The long, slow right-hander. Here they go. Gaspar right along that rumble strip. Causey gets a good exit. He's going to get some speed here down the backstretch. He will be on Patrick Gaspar into 1 if Gaspar makes another mistake like that.
Gaspar makes his way down to the bottom of turn number 6. He'll make his way into turn number 7, watching that mirror to make sure that Causey is not right on his back bumper. They'll make their way down towards the stripe down the long front stretch. All the way down into turn number 1. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 car lengths. Now it's only 2 car lengths as Causey gets a really good run off of turn number 1. He's trying to close in on him as Nicholas Weatherby was able to get around a couple of cars, and he's back in 3rd once again.
Gaspar through the S-curves. He's faster than Causey in this area of the racetrack, but he got a little loose there again, and Causey's gaining again. Causey has so much more speed down the straightaway off into the dogleg this time. Wow, Patrick Gaspar is going to be under some pressure here. Causey all over the grass, through the dogleg off into 5. Through the long right-hander.
For sure.
Oh, man. Through the long right-hander. We've seen some pretty massive wrecks on the exit of this corner in the past in NASCAR. Jeff Gordon, Ryan Newman, Jimmy Johnson, to name a few. Through the long straightaway into turn 6, which is a sharp, quick left-hander. Down to 2nd gear, back on the throttle, hard now to the right-hander. Left to right here into 7. Down the straightaway, Causey's going to be there into 1.
Yeah, Causey got a great run off the top of the turn there. He dove down low, and they just got a great run and came off. He's right behind him. 1 car length back behind Patrick Gaspar. Gaspar blows the turn. He goes high. Here comes Joseph Causey. Causey looks inside. He looks outside. He's right on the back bumper as they go up the hill. Causey is 1 car length back behind Patrick Gaspar. They go across the tunnel. Up the hill they go down to the last bit, that little straightaway that goes up to the dog leg. It's a 2 car length lead. Who is going to outbrake who? as they make their way through the dogleg. Causey is there, but he makes a slight little bit of a mistake, but he gets off the turn good. They go up into turn number 5. It's still Causey leading or chasing Patrick Gaspar as they go down towards number 6. A little bit of breathing room. Here they go into turn number 6. Causey is right there, looks to the bottom side of the track and looks to the outside. He's inside, outside. He's right on the back bumper. Here he goes, dives to the inside. He touches just a bit. They come off the turn as they go down to the straightaway line. Here they Causey looks outside. Now he looks inside. Is he going to try to dive down to the bottom and try to beat him into turn number 1? He does not. It's Patrick Gaspar still leading as they go up the hill and head towards the S's. A little bit of breathing room now as Patrick Gaspar is 1 car length over. Lead over Causey. How long can he hold off Joseph Causey? That is the question. They go into the dogleg. This is where Patrick Gaspar has not been as good as Causey. Causey is right there in the back. He gets right into the back of the car. He actually shoves it, gives him just a tip, and that was just enough. He's alongside, they're side by side as they come off of turn number 5. Down the straightaway towards 6. Side by side. Lug nut to lug nut. Patrick Gaspar inside. Outside is Joseph Causey. They come off the turn. Causey gets a better run as they go into turn number 7, and he was able to get around Causey. Now is out front, but here comes Patrick Gaspar, but no, it's going to be all Causey as they go across the lap, the complete lap number 38.
Still all you, Randy. I've got some issues here.
All right. It's Patrick Gaspar trying to track down that number 88 of Joseph Causey. We got a couple 80s cars. 80 numbers, that is. As Causey leads him up the hill into the dogleg. He'll take the car to the bottom of that turn, and he's always been a lot faster off that dogleg. They get into turn number 5. Gaspar following in his tracks. He's still not losing that much ground, but he's not gaining anything. He's 2 car lengths back behind Causey. He's not losing it, but he's not gaining it now. Now this time he gets on the brakes a lot later than Joseph Causey, and he'll close in, but Causey gets off the turn a lot faster. They'll both dive the car to the bottom of the track that time. Alpha 7, they'll go down the front straightaway. Causey leads by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 car lengths now over Gaspar, trying to resume where he was when the stage 2 ended, which he was 6 seconds ahead of Patrick Gaspar. Can Joseph Causey win another road course race? That is the question. Right now, we have no reason to believe that he cannot do it again. As he heads up the hill, 7 car lengths over that number 86 of Patrick Gaspar. The die-cast dude car, but Gaspar gets into that turn really fast in the dogleg. As they go into 5 this time, Gaspar closes in just a slight little bit, but now he's 3 car lengths back instead of 7, but that time Causey got a lot better line than the Gaspar car, and he'll pull away, and he'll retain that advantage as they go off of turn number 6 and into number 7. Back towards the start-finish line, and they'll complete lap 40.
Off into turn 1. Here they go. Joseph Causey is going to continue to lead. He's going to make that lead a little bit larger here now. 7/10 as they come up the S-curves. We'll see if Joseph Causey can continue to lead here, as we are going to go side by side here with the IVRL Buttkicker Cup Series here on the Ghostfire Media Network, presented to you by the Guitar Addict, as we listen to one of our sponsors.
I'm ready for the Guitar Addict.
Can we be serious for a second? Are you tired of being a loser? Can't do anything right? Feel like everyone's coming down on you all the time? Well, there's a way out. And I'm going to show you. Hey Mom, look what I learned. That's right. Pick up a guitar, learn how to play guitar. Automatically you're going to become a chick magnet. The ladies are going to love you. Your kids are going to think you're cool. So what you need to do is come down here to the Guitar Attic, 16725 Ridgewood Avenue in Daytona Beach, Florida, or go on guitarattic.com and buy yourself a guitar and automatically be the star of your neighborhood. That's guitarattic.com.
Joseph Causey still leads the race here at Watkins Glen International Raceway by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 car lengths over the number 86 of Patrick Gaspar. So Joseph Causey now is starting to open up his lead just a slight tad and giving
Almost
himself
a
a
full
little bit
second.
of breathing room. Yeah, giving himself just a little bit of breathing room. With just a few laps remaining in this race tonight.
Looks like Ryan Cliver has gone around. We'll go ahead and show you what happened here. He was battling with the 7, Thomas Carino. Oh, big hit for Ryan Cliver. Back across the track, that car is destroyed. Then Derek Schilling in turn 1. Almost a replay of what happened earlier in this race as he went off the track there. Oh! Oh, and then he pounded the wall. Wow.
Not having a good night at all.
No,
I mean,
not at all.
I mean, some guys are good at road courses, like Causey and Gaspar. But some guys, like myself, not so good at road courses.
Joseph
kinda
Causey is putting
tolerate
it
him.
down. He is
He
putting
is.
it down. He just went sideways through the dog leg.
But he's got to a point where he's almost a second over Gaspar, but he's not stretching out any more than that. And that's got to be frustrating to Gaspar. Gaspar can see him, and he knows that all he's going to do is make that one mistake, and then he can capitalize it and get around him. But he's been in front of Causey before, but Causey still seems to find a way to get his way back around him.
The only thing I can think of is Patrick Gaspar needs to pit before Joseph Causey and try to get that undercut.
Yeah, he's going to have to do that. He's shown that he's good on new tires. It's once those tires start going away that he has a problem. And would you take 2 tires just to gain that advantage?
Well, you turn right here more than you turn left. So you're hurting that left front a lot with all that poundage going on it.
Yeah.
So it's almost the opposite thought of when you're at an oval. If you were going to take 2, it's going to be the lefts.
Right. And this one you want to take the rights. If you're going to do something like that, just to gain that extra time that you're going to need to try to get away from Joseph Causey. You've got to have some kind of cushion over him because he's going to catch you. Road course, I mean, if I was going to have somebody as a ringer in a race I was going to run, I would grab Joseph Causey and say, here, dude, run my car. Because I don't know too many other people that are as good at road course racing as Joseph Causey.
Maybe Josh Laston, but I don't. Josh is one of our members here, but I don't know if he's great at road courses. But I think he would even struggle against Causey.
I think so too. Causey is just so smooth and so consistent. He rarely makes a mistake. That's the thing about it. He rarely ever makes a mistake. And when he does, he still seems to come out of it smelling like roses. We saw that last time, the last road course that they had. He got all the way off into the dirt and everything and still was able to come out ahead. I think that was the Circuits of America. He did that. So we're going to watch here and to see if Patrick Gaspar starts thinking about pitting here. Or is he going to try to stay out or not? 45 laps are down out of this race tonight.
It's not a huge difference between new tires and old tires. It's about a second and a half.
Well, right now, if he was a second half, he would be just barely ahead of Joseph Causey.
Yeah, he'd be right there. He would need to pit, and then he would need Causey to stay out for about 2 laps. You lose about 49 seconds on pit road, so it's going to be close.
If that is the scenario. We just have to wait and see. That's what we're looking to happen here before long here. That's, I would say it's got to happen.
Gaspar's in pit road. Here he comes.
Yep, Gaspar is going to be first. I wonder if Gaspar is like Derek Schilling, who likes to listen to the broadcast and see what we talk about and then take our advice sometimes.
It's possible. I've heard stories of a supercar driver out in Australia who they have the radio broadcast put into his headset so he can hear what they're saying on the radio.
Well, I know just about every NASCAR team has a TV on each one of the pit boxes. And the guys will watch the race, while they're doing the race, and they'll give their driver, feedback from what they're seeing on the screen. So now we're going to watch Joseph Causey to see if he pits.
Oh, Causey almost spun. Causey's almost spinning into the pits.
Ah, he got on the binders.
Causey
hard.
may have got a penalty.
Oh boy, would that be something? He came in hot. There's no doubt about it. He had to get on the binders.
Let's look at it. Let's look at it. He might have been speeding.
We'll know here in a second. He doesn't pull off pit road. No, he's pulling off.
He didn't get a penalty.
Nope, he did not.
Patrick Gaspar is just now right there behind him. He has warm tires, though. Gaspar has that 1 lap newer tire on a 1 lap older tire. So they're warmer right now. He's got to take advantage of it and strike while the iron's hot. Causey's going to have to baby those tires for about a lap. He's not going to be able to push.
We say that, but we know how Joseph Causey is. And so far, we have not seen any bobble, no nothing. He's up to speed.
By now on the racetrack, the tires are... Whoa! Oh, Gaspar's going to throw it off in there! Causey's off the track! The elbows are out! The elbows are out! Gaspar puts Causey off the track in 6!
And Joseph Causey...
I can't wait to see what happens when he gets back to him!
Oh, boy. They did have a little bit of words there.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. There's been a rivalry between Patrick Gaspar and Tito Team Racing all season. We thought it had been put out. We thought the fire had been, you know, put out. But it might have just been reignited.
And as Billy Joel used to say, you can't stop the fire. Isn't that what that word was?
Hey, once you start the fire, it's really hard to put it out. Causey is there! Causey is angry! Here it comes into 5. Oh my goodness. Sparks are flying here at Watkins Glen, and they might be flying from the cars here in a second.
Gloves are off for sure. As Joseph Causey tries to track down Patrick Gaspar, closes in right on the back bumper. He's right there. He's looking inside. He'll slide to the outside and follow him through the turn. Gaspar leads by 1 car length as Causey gets a really good run off the turn. They'll go down the front straightaway as they go into turn number 1 here. Who will win this race?
Oh, Causey just drove all over that back bumper. Up the S's. Causey wasn't even trying to make the pass. He's trying to send a message. Remember when I said he was like Kyle Busch?
Yeah.
He's driving like Kyle Busch right now. He's not even trying to pass me. He's trying to send a message.
Playing mind games. That's what he's doing. He's playing mind games.
There was
to make Derek watch the mirror instead of watch the front of the car.
There was a black car in the 90s that did that a lot.
Yes.
Did it very well. I think it drove him to 4 championships in the 90s.
Yeah, absolutely.
On a turn 5, down the chute into turn 6. We have 12 to go. We have just over 84 corners left here at Watkins Glen, and all 84 of them, as long as Joseph Causey's behind Patrick Gaspar, are going to be exciting. Through 7, down the front stretch. Causey has a good exit out of 7, but he's not going to be able to make a move into 1 unless he just totally breaks late. Good exit through 1 for Gaspar. Gaspar has to make Causey move him. He cannot make a mistake and give another one away. Up the hill, through the S's.
You got to wonder if Patrick Gaspar or Joseph Causey kind of would like to just go ahead and let Gaspar win the race and let him win one so he would shut up.
Joseph Causey will never let anybody win something that he has an opportunity to win. Oh, he tried to go through him on the exit of the chicane. He didn't mean to, but he almost did.
He's right on his back bumper. They're going down into turn number 6.
Causey has not moved out from behind the 86 at all. He is sending a message. The message right now is, I'm faster than you, and I'm just playing with you before I kill you. He's like a cheetah. Oh, to the outside! He tried to go to the outside.
No, he's just drafting down the front straightaway.
He's playing with him. Oh, he turned him! Oh, he turned him! Oh, my goodness, he turned him into 1! Oh, my goodness! He absolutely dumped him!
He gave him the full tip there, dude.
Oh, my goodness!
He gave him the full tip and did not use any protection at all.
Holy schmoly! Will we see? Will the stewards have to look into this? Race control is going to have to look into that.
We will see about that.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
I don't think Causey did it on purpose. I think they were just so close to each other.
I don't know about that. I honestly don't know. He never moved out of the way. Was there any radio communication?
Yes, those two just had a little bit of radio communication between each other.
Was there an I'm sorry, or were there some 4-letter words going back and forth?
I think it was a little bit of, well, I can't really see what they're saying now. They are still talking as we speak right now, so there may be a little words going on.
Oh boy, the stewards have to look into this. Cody and Joey McKinney are going to have, Cody and Joey and Randy are going to have a long night here. But we are going to show you the incident from both views here. We're going to go on board Joseph Causey. Going off in a 1. He just broke way later.
Yeah,
Patrick broke earlier than he thought, but Causey was never going to make the corner.
But if you watch the previous laps, Causey always did break later than Patrick Gaspar.
Patrick broke as late as you can break to go through the corner, though.
Well, that was the first time.
Patrick broke as late as you can break to get into the corner and actually make it. Joseph Causey was never going to make turn 1. Oh my God. The drama at Watkins Glen. We're not even racing for a championship yet.
I know. The thing is, how much was Patrick Gaspar running his line and then Joseph Causey just following him and just running and forgetting that he has to turn? We've all done that. We start running the car in front of us and forgetting about the track. Did that
Race
happen?
Control is speaking right now. Race Control is talking. There could be penalties coming. Oh my goodness. What type of penalty might we see?
1 race suspension?
Oh my goodness. What type of penalty might we see? What type of steward conversation might we hear? Goodness gracious. Will they have Joseph Causey do a pass-through?
That would be something if he had to do a pass-through. He's actually 7.9 seconds ahead of
8.4 now.
Okay, 8.4 now. So even if he did pit and have to do a pass-through, would it be enough?
It'd be about 48 seconds.
Yeah,
it'd be about 28 seconds because you lose 40 seconds pitting and everything. But
so he would end up back in somewhere.
He would be fighting probably Charles Urick for 4th at the moment.
Yeah, Charles Urick. Yeah. Well, we'll wait to see if there is any penalties handed out to not Patrick Gaspar, but Joseph Causey after the incident with Patrick Gaspar. Causey's still on a mission. Lap 54. This is way off of the last turn, which is turn number 7. Anything we can throw on. Hey, what? Nothing. Are we looking to talk to Race Central?
Well, I am talking to Race Control as we speak, trying to get some sort of
clearance
of guidance on what they're thinking, where they're possibly going with this.
Okay.
When we find something out, if we find something out while we are on the air, we will bring it to you folks. But at the moment, there has been no action taken at the moment. But that is a developing story on what just happened going into turn 1.
So really now the best battle on the track right now is a
battle for 5th.
And Weatherby. 5th and
Carino and The Miz are all over each other. Wow. As we speak, the incident is under investigation.
Well, sounds like a shooting.
It's like it's a Formula One moment right now. The stewards are speaking about it. They will give us what they can. Incidents between car number 88 and 86, turn 1, under investigation. That is all I can provide for information at the moment. When we find something out, I will give you whatever we get. But at the moment...
I tell you what, there's a lot of stuff been under investigation lately. We got Como today, who's under investigation.
Oh, God.
So that's another...
All right, well, since we got 5 to go, and there's no battles in the racetrack, we're going to continue about another rumor that we've heard, Randy. I don't know if you've heard this, but I have heard this about possible new road courses next season.
Yeah, we talked about a little bit of those road courses.
New Hampshire's event was more successful than they thought it was going to be, and it was the most successful race they've had in the last 5 years.
Wow.
They sold out 92% of tickets. New Hampshire hasn't done that since 2013.
Wow.
So, because of that, I don't know if NASCAR listens to me, because they don't, but or maybe they just figured out that fans like road racing, and New England is a hub for road racing. But with the new car, there are conversations about bringing NASCAR to the New Hampshire road course.
Wow.
It would be 100+ lap road course because it's less than 1.5 miles long. But it would be fun.
Yes.
It'd be like no other road course you see on the circuit right now.
It's definitely, yeah, that circuit doesn't look anything like any of the other ones. That would be cool to see, definitely, if we could have that kind of course for a road course. You know, who knows? Maybe Matt Humphreys was listening to us, and maybe he took it back into the main office.
I've also heard about the boot at the Glen being a possibility of it being added. I heard
because we don't use that part.
Yeah, the Glen boot that I heard though was that they're going to try it with the Xfinity Series first, see how it works, and then do it with the Cup Series the year after. So that's a minimum of 2 years out, even if they were to do the Glen next year with the boot for the Xfinity Series, unless they changed it this year, which would be kind of late to do. Have they gone to the Glen yet? Yeah, they've already gone to the... No, they haven't gone to the Glen yet.
This week. Yeah, it's this week.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so it'd be too late. But that's the rumor, is that they're going to think about using the boot, but it'd be a minimum of 2 years out because they'd want to put it with the Xfinity Series first to see if it even worked. Because they don't know how the cars are going to handle on that. Because the boot is older asphalt, and it's about 50% asphalt, 50% concrete.
I know personally from driving it in the GT cars, I don't like that boot.
I don't like the boot to drive, but I think it'd be cool to watch.
Yeah.
It's almost like the chicane, the uphill downhill part at Sonoma. The testicle, so to speak, at Sonoma.
Or the even that last little chicane that they have at the Roval. I hate that as well.
It adds a passing zone, which is nice.
Yes, but don't like it as, or even the new Daytona Road Course. That's the other one. That second chicane that they added. Don't like it at all. It's not fun to drive into.
Man, oh man, Randy. There is going to be a lot to talk about.
There is going to be a lot to talk about. You know, for all we know, this may just be ruled a racing incident, and that will be it. And we'll go on our way. So we'll just have to wait and see. With this will be lap number 60 for Joseph Causey as
White
he comes across.
flag.
And the white flag is in the air. So for the last time around the track, Joseph Causey turns his car to the bottom of the track in turn number 1. He'll go up the hill and head towards the S's. S part number 1. Now down into part number 2. Cross the bridge. Final part of the S. Now he'll make that short little straightaway down to the bootleg. Get on the brakes really hard. Slows it down into turn, or actually into gear number 2. Now he's back into 3. Slot it. Keep it in 3 as he goes around turn number 5, all the way around the bottom of the track, trying to make no mistakes as he has a 12-second lead over second place Patrick Gaspar. He'll go down towards turn number 6. He'll pull it down to the bottom of the track, down into turn or brake or gear number 3. Then he'll bring it down probably to 2 there. He'll get off the last number turn and head towards the stripe for the last time. Joseph Causey is going to win here at Watkins Glen International and the IVRL Buttkicker race here.
For the first time all season, we do have to say the race results are unofficial.
Yes.
At the moment, the finish is being investigated. You could see a different winner. If we are on air when that happens, if a penalty is handed down, we will we'll be letting you know. But if it's not, once the IVRL announces whatever it is, there will be a Facebook update from Ghostfire Media as well to either make this official or unofficial, these results tonight. But at the moment, Joseph Causey is your unofficial winner here at Watkins Glen for, I think, his 12th win of the season.
13, I think.
13? At the moment, it's his unofficial 13th win of the year.
You know, what would you do if we were talking to Joseph in Victory Lane, we're giving the interview, and all of a sudden we get this whole message says his penalty, or there's a penalty or something like that?
I just tell him he got Jimmy Spencered. You're going to have to go ahead and back that car up out of Victory Lane.
There's a lot of talk going on.
There's definitely going to be a lot of conversation, a lot of talk. There's going to be a lot of speculation over what happened there. Whether there's action by race control or not, whether they see something deemable of talking to him or taking the win away. Even if there is not, there will continue to be conversation as the rivalry between Joseph Causey and Patrick Gaspar continues to heat up here.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. As Causey is burning it down, as they say.
Causey is burning it down. He definitely is.
We'll bring him up here in the booth here in a second and see what his perspective on what happened was.
That we will.
He blew the motor.
Jesus H. All right, yeah, let's go ahead and pull Joseph Causey up in here. Joseph, you got Nick and Randy up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Congratulations on your 13th win unofficially of the season at the moment. For the first time in the this season, unfortunately at the moment it's an unofficial result. I think the race control is looking at the incident between you and Patrick with like 6 to go.
Right.
So obviously we're gonna ask you about the monkey in the room. You know what happened there going off into turn 1?
Was that a monkey or was that an ape?
I mean,
it's a boulder.
I mean, if let's put it this way: if I would have never got pushed off into the grass, I would have never been behind him to begin with. The haunting his bumper. I mean, it wasn't intentional. I was just my breaking point was a lot later than his. I didn't punt him for, intentionally. It just, when he hit the brakes and I hit the brakes from two different areas.
Yeah, I had said that, Joe. So I had said your breaking point was definitely a lot later than Patrick's was.
And that's mainly what it came down to. I didn't mean to punt him. It was just, that's what happened when he hit the brakes sooner than I did. I wasn't expecting it, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think you meant to do it, but, with all the conversation that's been around, specifically the two of you this year, or the team and him, that's going to have to be looked into. I don't think it was intentional. It didn't look intentional. We looked at it on the broadcast. Looks like he just broke later.
Yeah, that's basically what I did. I'm not going to intentionally wreck nobody. That's not my MO. When he got into the turn, if maybe he would have, let me go, and then we could have raced for it again, that would have been, a lot better than me, being pissed off now. Now I'm behind you, and I'm haunting your ass.
I think you should just stopped and let him catch back up.
I had thought about it, to be honest.
I think that would be better for our own entertainment.
I think I was still so mad when he pushed me off into the grass that he didn't let me go, and then we could have raced for it again.
Yeah. So, do you think that might have happened to him too, or do you think he might have just been running you too hard and got into you?
Yeah, that's what happened. He overshot that corner and then got into me, and then I went into the grass because of him.
But as many times that you've caught up to him, and him and Nicholas Weatherby as well, earlier on, you're going to get back up there anyways, it seems like.
Yeah.
So, it seems like, I don't know, I probably would, when you got into him there, I thought you might have been riding, just instead of paying attention to the track, you might have been paying attention to him.
No, I just hit my brake markers. My brake, if you would have looked, I brake at that pole right there in one. I hit that pole every time. That's my brake marker. So, I don't know. I didn't mean to do it. It just happens. I was just racing him. It wasn't intentional.
Well, my comment was you gave him the whole tip and left the condom behind.
My goodness. And on that note, unofficially, we congratulate you on your 13th win of the season. So we'll see how it gets scored. But as of now, you are the unofficial winner here at Watkins Glen.
We'll see. Hopefully, I get the win. But it is what it is. If they give it to him, they give it to him.
Well, I think the rule. If they watch the broadcasts and stuff and listen, to what I was saying, you broke later than him, like you said, and I think that's probably what happened, and I would be surprised, but I'm not in race control, so.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll see.
Well, thank you, Joseph. We'll talk to you next week at Indy.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right, and we'll pull up the third place finisher, Nicholas Weatherby, a hometown boy with a podium tonight. Coming home third, he gets the momentum back on his side. Nicholas, you got Nick and Randy up in the booth. Do you copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, congratulations. You're from West Edmiston, New York. So how far is that from Watkins Glen?
I think 4 hours or something like that.
Well, at least it's a home race. It's in New York.
That's true. Very true, yeah.
So, how did it feel out there tonight? You had a lot of speed. You were definitely the third fastest guy on the track, and we thought you might be able to steal a win there for a little while.
There's definitely no way I was going to keep up with Patrick and Causey. Those guys are in their own lane. But track was really slippery. It was pretty fun, though. I kind of don't know how I managed, but I did.
Did you practice a lot for this race? Because we don't normally see you that competitive on a road course.
I actually did take some of my own time in the practice because it was a home race. So I really wanted to do well, and I did. But I probably did like 100 total laps between like Saturday to tonight. So
Good job, man. It was awesome to see you up there running like you normally do in the oval races.
thank you. When I heard that Patrick and Cosby got together, it gave me a sliver of hope that they might have taken both
Got
them
together.
Out, it got me confident that I could have maybe won, but
Man, they made this whole finish unofficial.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, the whole finish at the moment. I haven't gotten word that it's official yet. This is the first unofficial result of the season coming out of the final lap. Because of an incident that happened with about 6 to go. It looks like possibly just a racing incident, but the stewards are talking about it just because, you know the incidents that have happened between Tito Team and Patrick this year from both sides. So at the moment, I think they're looking at it.
Well, I mean, I kind of don't want there to be a penalty, but it would benefit me. I mean, either way, I'm into the playoffs.
If it was just a 30-second penalty, you'd come home second.
Yeah, which I would be happy with, but...
Hey, imagine if they both get penalties for rough drive and you end up winning the race.
That would be cool.
Now Weatherby's going to go in the general chat and just start hashtag rough driving penalties. Trying to get that win.
I mean, that'd be hypocritical because I did get into Patrick a little bit.
That was awesome.
For sure, man.
That was awesome. The gloves are definitely off. The elbows were out. Are you a Formula One fan by chance?
Yeah, yes, I am.
Are you a Max Verstappen fan?
Yes.
I could tell. You got those elbows out, my man. Lewis Hamilton wasn't on your outside. You didn't have to push him that hard.
No, but I knew that those marbles would make me slide going when we were going up that hill to the left-hander. I knew it would make me slide, but I just tried to stick with it, and I apologized to him and whatnot. So, I mean, at least he got a second.
Hey, if you go back and watch the broadcast, you'll hear it. Oh my goodness, he just did his best Max Verstappen impression.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, that was awesome, though. But at least it didn't end terribly.
No, that's for sure. Nicholas, you got out front. You led, I think, 1 or 2 laps, which the one lap that you did the first time you led, Patrick was really wanting that lap to lead that lap, and somehow you got around him and led that lap. I'm sure that kind of frustrated him right there.
I'm sure it did, because I know he really wants to win the race bad. Which, I mean, it would be cool if he did. But it's my home track, so I obviously want to perform well. And I mean, I did. I got 3rd place, but I wasn't holding back.
You were a man on a mission.
I definitely was, yes.
Well, Nicholas, it's been great talking to you. Maybe we'll talk to you again next week after the Indy Road Course, depending on how you perform over there.
Oh, I don't know what to think about that track. Especially with how the Indy cars race on that itself, it's slippery.
It's very loose. It's very, very loose.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not extremely hot and it's rather cooler and it's grippier. That's what I'm hoping.
Well, good luck next week, and we'll talk to you possibly next week, Nicholas.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Randy, you want to take us away?
Yeah, absolutely. You've been listening to the Ghostfire Media broadcast of the IVRL Buttkicker series. If you're listening back, actually, or you've been watching, but either way. Either way. So
don't worry, the audio-only version will be posted on Spotify.
Exactly. So that's why I did that. But anyways, all right. So from Watkins Glen International, I'm Randy Pepper. That is Nick Adams. Don't forget, we've got more racing on the Ghostfire Media broadcast this week, as I'm chewing a mint. On Tuesday, we're Thursday night, we will have the TNT Guitar Addict Series, the AOL. That starts at just around 8 o'clock. Then on Friday, don't forget about the podcast. This week, I won't be on the podcast. I have a gig actually Thursday and Friday night, so I won't be on there. So those guys will handle it and make it probably even better without me. So that's Friday night, 8 o'clock for the podcast. Then on Sunday, we'll be back on the air with more racing, the AOL Cup Division with Josh and Carl will be on the air for that one. And then Monday, it's Larry and Adam with the Fuel Series. So that's what's happening on the Ghostfire Media Network. So from Watkins Glen International Speedway Raceway, I'm going to say so long and see you next time on the Ghostfire Media Network.
You're watching iRacing on the Ghostfire Media Network.